So obviously Nimona famously had a little bit of a rough road to screen, but not to be Pollyanna, I kind of almost feel like it was meant to be because it's come out in a time when it could not be more poignant. Like its messages are so timely to this moment right now, especially around the way simply telling children about identity or acceptance is being vilified. I'm
Mhm.
curious what you guys think about that timing and what you hope audiences will take away from the film.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, you're absolutely right. It was. I mean, our intention with this film was always just to hopefully put forward an honest portrayal, just to reflect the world that we saw around us. I mean, that aspect of this movie was there from the very beginning. It's what we saw in the character of Nimona. This character who sort of was this hero, this who represented anybody who's felt misunderstood or different or judged. And so that was always the story we were trying to put on screen. And you build in a global pandemic and a studio closure and everything else. It really is, like you said, just sort of kismet that the movie ended up at this particular moment in time. But the ideas that we wanted to instill in the film were sort of there from the beginning. So hopefully people watch this, hopefully they realize they can laugh and have a great time and see a big action packed summer movie, but then still get a bit of a message of just something as simple as just get to know people, just get to see who they really are. Don't try and prejudge or go with a label. And if people can walk away with that on top of having enjoyed the film, I think we'd be thrilled.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So Nick, when you first read this, was there a specific moment or a plot beat or a theme where you thought like, oh, this, I have to make this film?
I mean, when we first started reading the graphic novel, the thing that really stood out was just how funny, fun, and mischievous the character of Nimona is. It deals with these really deep emotional themes that are very heavy, but you don't feel that when you're watching it. You really have a good time with
Mm-hmm.
these characters who are labeled villains. Uh, but the heart of that comes out and the lesson of it comes out. So that just showed us that we can not just have an amazingly fun film, but we can have one that says something, which is really important to us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, the best films do both of those things. They entertain
Right.
and then they also reflect your experience and broaden your horizons. And I think this movie succeeds at that. So, this last question is for both of you. You fought so hard to bring this to screen, and thank goodness you did because it's such an incredible film. When you look at it now, is there something in particular that you are especially proud of?
Um, I think for me, I think it's just how we, with the help of so many people around us at the studio who shared their personal stories and their journeys, how we sort of stuck with being as honest as we could with the characters on screen. And we didn't make that their journey. They just are those people. They just are those
Mhm.
characters. And that we could balance that out with the story and the fun that we were having, while not losing that or diluting that through our studio notes and everything else that you tend to get caught up in filmmaking, which is just the reality of making a large scale film. Everyone was so supportive of that, and I'm really proud and humbled. I mean, like we've said a number of times, I think we've become better filmmakers, better directors, better people, just having gone through the journey of it. So
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people realize that when you're making a movie, for the directors watching it and those people watching it who worked on it, it's like a time capsule.
yeah.
You each
Mm.
scene you see and you remember the conversations you had behind it, and that's really what it was. We really learned a lot along the way and had so many stories that were profound, happy, sad, contentious.